Good morning, everyone. Charlie Girl is first. Good morning. Hey, Lisa 54. Sunny Side Up is in the house. Hello, guys. Good morning. Good morning. It is Monday. Boo. I hate Mondays. I don't know about you guys, but I do. I like I like having my husband home and everything, and then on Monday, everything goes back to normal. And this weekend just seems like it flew by. And then, I got myself into something I usually don't, but as y'all know, good morning, Serendipity. Ah, Captain Obvious, good morning. I wanted to be first. Darn it. Darn it. But yeah, so I hope everybody has shaked off the weekend. Good morning, Ninny. Um, I know work. Boo. I hope everybody shook off their. I know some people, it's going to be tougher than others to let things go and move forward, but and I don't think you should have to. Um, I get it, but hopefully everybody is shaking off the weekend and we can start fresh. Good morning, 420, Remy. Good morning, Samara. So, yeah, so Kathy, good morning. I am perfectly well, Kathy. I don't let this stuff bother me. I just don't. And maybe I'm different, you know? People have gone, hey, Pixie. Speaking of Pixie, give me 1 second because I wanted to do this yesterday, but I was crazy busy with not paying attention to chat. Hold on 1 second. I have to go to my YouTube side. Oh, where is she? There she is. Um, there you go, Pix. You are a moderator now. I needed another one. So I wanted to do it yesterday. Good morning, Amanda Ray. Um, but I know Samara was amazing yesterday. She is not one to go on panels. She's not, I guess Samara will state her opinion. She's never scared to state her opinion. She will put her opinion in chat. She will put her opinion in comment sections, you know, but to see her on panel and watch people try to, I guess you would say, push her around. She wasn't backing down. She stood tall. And I just think, even though Samara doesn't swear, I think Samara was a badass this weekend. She did really good standing up for what she felt was right. And I mean, we were just talking about that this morning because me and Samara were able to have a civilized conversation. Um, what was it? Yesterday morning, Sunday morning. We were on opposite thoughts of what happened on Whiskey Gypsies. We were. She felt one way and I felt another. And we were able to discuss it like civilized adults. We weren't uh calling each other's names. We weren't screaming at each other. I was willing to listen. She was willing to listen because sometimes you can have your opinion, but if you actually use your ears and you actually listen, sometimes your opinion can change at the end. Sometimes it doesn't, but it doesn't mean Samara was wrong, and it doesn't mean I was wrong. It just means that she viewed it differently than me. And that's why I always try to listen because people come to me and say, "Oh, I heard this," or "Hey, this happened on this live." And instead of me firing up my live or whatever, or addressing it, I go, well, I need to see the timestamp or I need to see the comment, because some people take what somebody says differently than I was supposed to. And last night, when I went live for the second time, which is shocking. Wait, we are supposed to listen to hear, not just respond? Who knew, right, Captain Obvious? Um, just like last night when I went live. I think that somebody felt that it was this way, where when I listened to it, I felt it was a different way. And that's why I like to listen to it and not just go on a whim. Not that I don't trust my friends or the people I talk to or the people that have my best interest at heart that might say, "Hey, I heard this." Not saying I don't believe them, but even though they're my friends, even though they have my best interest at heart, they might view something differently than I would. Yes, Remy, that's the other one I want to talk about. Like, leave Remy alone. Stop yelling at her all the time. Like, she has the right to her opinion too. And just because it doesn't jive with you doesn't mean Remy's wrong. That's the thing. Like, because people didn't agree all the way with Smokey, or people didn't agree with True Helper all the way, that means we're wrong. That doesn't mean we're wrong. And I think that is a big thing around here. I really do. I put disrespectful people in the corner. Anna Rose, good morning. But, and so like I said, I usually don't do drama. I really don't usually fall into the trap. Like I said yesterday, usually when I have an opinion and I state my opinion, I shut off my live and I go on my merry way. I don't sit there and wait for somebody to respond to me, and in a negative way or a positive way. Even in a positive way, I might hear about it that, hey, somebody had your back, and I'll go into the comment section and be like, hey, thanks. But really, I, like I said last night, I mind my own P's and Q's. I don't jump on people's panels. It's very rare. Have I? Yep. I don't run into people's comment sections. I don't, even when they went after my looks, even when they went after my the way I talk. Just like yesterday, I got a screenshot of TNT calling me a pussy. Now anybody else around here would have lost their mind. I just laughed because it doesn't bother me. It just doesn't. So good morning, Christy A. Good morning. Good morning, Jojo. So it was crazy, but it got me thinking last night. It really does. And I have something in mind. I don't know. I don't really want to speak on it too much, but I was thinking about doing something once a week. It's definitely, I'm playing it out in my mind. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I think it would be kind of cool. And I think a lot of people would like it because a lot of people like that I always stay calm. Even when I used to do common ground and I used to have everybody up on panel, I never raised my voice. I never got mad. I never shot people down. I would just talk like I normally talk. So I have a thought in mind and I don't know if I'm going to do it. I want to talk to the people that I talk to every day that are, my mods. I want to make sure my mods are on board with it and all that before I say. But I do have something in the works that I think maybe once a week I might do. So some people think they are badasses because they can yell, cuss, and pretend to be intimidating. It makes me giggle. Sarah, I hear you. Truth. I didn't watch anything last night. Fell asleep during Jenny Jen Jen's. No need to stay awake for idiots dragging me for the fifth time in one day. Totally agree, Truth. And it's redundant. I mean, I don't think they drag you every day, and they never change what they say. So it's redundant. I don't know why people would want to go into a stream every time this person's live and they repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Like, okay, we get it. That's how you feel. Great. Move on. And that's what blows my mind is because they'll sit there and they'll say, "Get your own content. Leave me alone. Stop talking about me. Blah, blah, blah. Why can't you just move on? It's old already." But really, they do the same thing, but they never want to take that step back. And they want and look at themselves. Like I said, play back your lives. Listen to yourselves. How you sound silly because what you're telling the people you might not be getting along with, you're doing the same thing you're yelling at them for. Like Tracy, you sit there and say Tracy which she doesn't, but I find it funny. You guys say she constantly goes live, which she doesn't. I wish Tracy would go live more, but she doesn't. But she I was streamed, you were streamed, no content. I agree. And that was talked about, Truth. Somebody said that we have no content because we were streaming them. Well, what is that supposed to be called? You were live for probably 6, 7 hours, and you played all of the Truths live, and you played both of my lives yesterday. That would mean you have no content, right? Always play back any panel I'm on, sometimes multiple times, in order to check myself and learn. Absolutely, Remy. I could care less what they think. A lot of people could. I know I could. I don't. And like I said, like when I went live last night, I only addressed it because somebody asked me to and it was the right thing to do. When really I normally wouldn't because I don't care what they say either. It's like listening to a group of 15-year-olds. I can only handle so much of that. I agree, Christy A. And yeah, could I do drama? I could. I could. But why do I want to come on here and be all fired up and miserable and stressed out? Like, why do you want to come on to a platform that is it's supposed to be your escape? That's what people come on here for. To get away from their real life stuff and, take a break, whether it's being a mom, being a wife, being alone, whatever it may be. Watched everything on Netflix, nothing better to do, whatever it may be. But you come on here to get away, to not be stressed or bored, right? So why would you want to come on here every day and be out of your mind, stressed out, screaming, calling people names? Like, you're people, when I push that live button, I want to know that when I push that live button and somebody ever finds me, whether it's my kids, my grandkids 10 years from now, my mother, anybody, I want them to be able to listen and not see me calling elders names or women names or their children. I just don't. I, and I don't know why you would do that because, like I've said way long before, a lot of these people are only acting like that, Billy Badasses, and putting people down because they think they're behind a screen. When really, what if I sat there and said, "Why don't you give your kids your life and let them listen?" Would you still be the same mom that they know? Or would you be a different mom? And they'd be like, "Mom, you taught us not to do that. You told us not, why are you talking to people like that?" I wonder what they would think. Or your parents. Because like they said, leave kids out of it. Not that I'm tagging a kid, so let me rephrase it. Your parents, your aunt, your grandmother, let them listen to what you have to say when you're live and see what they take from it. Are you the same person? They say they are, but if they are, I feel sorry. It took everything I had not to go live a few times yesterday. I'm glad I just walked away shaking my head. Sarah, see, you and Tracy are in a different position than me, though. And I'm glad you did because they're not worth it. And it doesn't matter how many times you go on your live, they're never going to see it. No light bulb is ever going to go off for them. And, but I'm glad you did, but I can't blame you. But the thing is, the difference for me is because they'll say, "What's the difference? What's the difference between Tracy and Sarah compared to Mandolin, BTS, and Hello Starlight?" In my opinion, the difference is they don't, not maybe once in a blue moon, not every live, but they do it with class. They go on, they're not screaming their heads off. Like I said, I think Tracy got pushed to her limit. Um, she's fed up, can't blame her. Um, but it's just they do it differently. They do it calm. They don't pick on people's looks or kids or whatever like you guys do. I'm sorry, you guys do. If we went live for live on who puts down who more, your side would definitely lose, in my opinion. If you went word for word, a clip channel, maybe a clip channel could do it, where they could go through and take out mean things people say and what side says meaner things. I, I think you guys would win because what I see is Tracy and Sarah using you guys as words. You guys will push pause after streaming us, and instead of having opinion, you don't have an opinion, you put people down. And I think that's what makes you guys mean girls. I really do. And I think that's what people mean by mean girls. If I'm wrong, correct me. Let's see. Never stop speaking what you believe to be right. Hell, someone runs around here all the time telling people how to feel. That's true, Ninny. Oh, I screamed yesterday. Yes, you did. But I I'm sorry. I don't hold that against you, Tracy. And I know they're going to say, "Of course you don't hold it against her because you're on her side. You're her friend." No, because that's the other difference. Because if I thought Tracy was wrong, I would tell Tracy she was wrong in public, on a platform, or not behind the scenes. I just wouldn't. And I know Tracy would do the same thing to me. If Tracy thought I was out of line or Sarah thought I was out of line, they would tell me on a platform, not behind the scenes. And I would do the same to them. But I really it has nothing to do with, you know, yes, Tracy is my friend. Yes, I support Tracy. Yes. But I don't blame Tracy. You want Tracy to stop talking about you? You want Tracy to stop? Then you stop. Like, really? You stop, you stop, you stop. You stop. Who's going to stop first? Really? But like Tracy said, one and done. Tracy did her live yesterday and that's it. She moved on. She didn't even watch you guys. You guys haven't stopped. and I'm sure today is not gonna be any different. But they say the same exact thing, except it's we call out our friends in private. It confuses subs. Mhm. LOL, nobody wants Tracy to stop talking about them. Of course not. They say it, but you know darn well they don't. I don't blame the truth for it at all. Damn, she takes enough bullcrap. Agree, Lisa 54. There's only so much someone can take. Stop picking at people. Remy, you're one. You're right. There's only so much people can take. But the thing is, they don't want her to stop. Tracy is the new Laura. See, that's interesting to me because I just find that very interesting. Because I think you guys are right. They all, I don't know if it's because Tracy's the new Laura or because they need somebody new. Because after because they went from Laura to Mandy Bell. Mandy Bell is doing her own thing now. Laura's doing her own thing now. Now they need somebody else. And it became Tracy. Once they moved on from Mandy Bell, they moved on to Tracy. Once they're done with Tracy, who's it going to be? Sarah? Me? I mean, really. It seems like all the time the same people, and you see it time and time again. If you go back 2 years, there's always somebody they're mad at. Always. You can't say the same for this side. Sarah talks about recovery. Tracy does game night. I do my morning streams and we talk about crime and pets and life. You look back at you guys' streams and it's always somebody you guys aren't happy with. Always. Whether it's a sub, a creator, a troll, a clip channel, it doesn't matter. There's always somebody your group is mad at. And that's my opinion. Oh, you may be onto something. The constant provoking is a pattern. I agree, Ancy. And that's just me being somebody that observes. Like, there's this whole thing about Tracy being a lurker. Well, you know what? Sign me up next to Tracy because I am definitely with her on the lurking. Because why else? Why would you want to type in a chat when if you gave your opinion and it's against them, they'll eat you alive? So it's easier to lurk. I am a lurker. Not very much do I watch them, but every now and then I'll lurk for a minute or two because I can only take so much. But I'm a lurker too. And it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy because that's what I see when I lurk. That is my opinion. It just seems like every time there's this certain circle and it's always the same people. And I bet you if I said, okay, chat, name the people that are in that circle that always have a problem with somebody. It's always somebody. I bet you all of you guys would write down the same people. I bet you. And everybody has different opinions, but when you really name the people, you don't want me to name the people. No, because it would totally irate them. And we would be right back to them firing up a stream defending that it's not them. When really it's just going to be funny to see. If you go back in time, there is one common denominator. Nari. Yeah. It's just, I mean, I could, off the top of my head, name the people that are always involved. Good morning, Jules. YouTube street editor. I asked once a month, months ago, if That was her. She said no, and then said it was 2 months later I caught it. Oh, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know. What's YouTube editor? Did I say hello to you, YouTube street editor? Good morning. I don't understand how TNT can threaten Brian and his family, but they all love her. BTS wants to call people out while using a fake picture that's not her. She has a lady mullet, thanks to Laura, we know. Well, I I have to agree with that. But like I said, it's all in who you know and what circle you're in. What is allowed and what's not. Let me see, Pixie. This is one. All right, hold on one second. Let me listen to this real quick and then um hold on one second, guys. Hold on, I gotta play it all out and then I'll replay it for you guys. All right. So, you know how Jenny Jen has always does polls. Some are funny, some are this is actually interesting because I think it is absolutely true. So, let's listen to it. Hold on. Let me turn up the volume because I'm going to play it from my phone. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Y'all ready for the results yet?
Yep.
Okay. Oh my gosh. We got 50%. They're too scared to participate and get drug. Wow.
Well, if that doesn't speak volumes, I don't know what does.
Oh my gosh. Goodness gracious. Yeah, it does. Sometimes it's the next one down, like the and see the good thing about these two what did she do? Oh, sorry. Thank you, Eritrea. Quick, give me my mic.
That's really sad, isn't it? I didn't not expecting that.
The good thing about this though is that everybody can look at it. It can't, you know what I'm saying? Like they can give their own opinion. They can see that it's only from the people in the community. It's not, oh my goodness. Yeah, it is sad though. I'll be really honest. I was not, you're welcome, Mrs. Samara. Do you come from, oh gosh, what can I not remember?
So that's interesting. They did a poll and 50% of the people said that they do not participate due to fear that they will be drugged. And they don't see a problem with that. How sad is it that people are afraid to type in chat? I agree, Samara. That is why I'm a lurker. That is why when I have something to say, I fire up my life because my mods are amazing and they're not going to allow people to trash talk me in my own life, which that's why I love my mods other than they're amazing. But two, I can say how I feel. I can get it all out, and then I can shut it off and not give a rat's ass how many lives they fire up afterwards because I don't listen. That is how I do it, me personally, because, and that's exactly why I do it. Because I know if I go into a chat and give my opinion, I could get chewed alive just for having an opinion. How do people not see that as a problem? People are on here because they want to make friendships. They want to enjoy streams. They want an escape. And they can't even express how they feel in an appropriate way because it's against whoever they're giving their opinion on. So then they get chewed alive. Now, mind you, most people just give their opinion in a respectable manner. Just, hey, I think it's this, and this is how I feel, and this is why. But then, because the person reading it doesn't agree, they fire up their live, and instead of doing it respectfully, they call everybody you names, they look you up, they all of it. Good morning, long day. Good morning, truth. And that's sad. Can I be honest? Absolutely, you two street editor. Here, that's the one thing. Here, everybody can have an opinion. You don't all have to agree with me. And when I'm wrong, as long as you do it respectfully, absolutely say I'm wrong. It's not like I'm going to drag you for it. Good morning, coffee with CC. That's the, that's the difference. Because I feel like that's how I grow. That's how somebody might be able to change my opinion. Me, because I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to hear their side and go from there. It might never change my opinion, but it might exactly. Or they skip over what you said like you never was there. It's always one-sided with them. I agree, Christy A. Exactly. Not here to keep taking on others' fights. To, right, I lost it. Um, Too right, we can't express ourselves without receiving hate, but we have to constantly drink their opinions in. Constantly. I agree. YouTube editor. The only reason why I think Diane was saying anything about people not showing up in her lives anymore is because the super chats aren't there anymore. I don't know about that um YouTube street editor because like I said, I don't really follow that stuff, the drama, whatever. I just found that the Smoky P and the Truth Seeker Knows thing was something interesting, something that we could talk about because I did feel like it was wrong for them to dig into his life because digging into his life had nothing to do with why, in my opinion, why Smokey P was upset. I just don't. I just don't. That's my opinion. But that's why I discussed that. Is because I thought it would be a good discussion, especially over here, because everybody stays calm. Everybody, views, says what they want to say in a respectful manner. And I thought it was just something that we could give our opinions on without being bashed. Well, obviously, it didn't work that way because people have to stream us and pick apart because we're over here giving our opinion in not a rude way. We never put Smokey P down. We never put True Helper down. I never spoke, never said names. Even today, when I talk, I mention BTS and Mandolin and them one time. But like they said yesterday, what are you doing bringing up Laura? And I was like, I don't bring up Laura. I don't watch Laura. I don't care what Laura's doing. Um, And you're going to sit there and say, I bring up Laura, when really the only reason why I brought up Laura is because you ran your mouth about me being a supposed rat. And I went on to fix what you said and put it in the way it was done. And Laura happened to be in that equation. That's it. Laura was in that equation. That's the only reason why I mentioned her name. Because if she wasn't in the equation, I never would have mentioned her. Sunnyside, yell at me once for my opinion, and that will be the last. No verbal abuse in chat. Why don't creators introduce that boundary? Because it's not abusive in their eyes, is why. I agree, Sonia. I agree. Like me, I would, if you give your opinion, and you can give your opinion without saying, oh, let's use an example. Um, let's say I wrote a comment and I did it respectfully. And I didn't call anybody names or anything. I just wrote, hey, I disagree, and this is why, and this is how I see it. And then the person comes back and writes, oh, you and your big teeth never know how to shut up. That is abusive. Whether you think it's not abusive or not, that is abusive. And that is why I stopped listening right there. If you would have left that, if your teeth weren't so big, maybe you could hear whatever, maybe I would listen to your opinion. But when you instantly come at me with a jab about my looks or the way I pronounce something, you've lost me. I'm done. I don't want to listen. Come at me like an adult and have an opinion. And I will come at you like an adult and I'll say my opinion. And people don't do that. Nobody said that. I was using an example, Samara. Hey, Irish gal. Let's see. Diane, why do you think some have stopped attending your chats? Honest question. Is Diane in here? See, my personal opinion, I enjoy Diane. I do. I enjoy Diane. I think she does do a lot for this community. I don't think her money should be a topic. It's her money. It's her super chats. It's her thing. I don't think it should be a topic. But I don't always catch Diane either because I'm usually up really early in the morning. So by the time she goes live, I'm usually asleep. So sometimes I catch her, but I don't have an issue with Diane. I really think Diane does try to help this community as much as she can. Do I think people are, and if Diane's in here, sorry, but do I feel like the one thing I didn't agree with that I heard Diane say is that I just don't. When you have a mod and your mod is causing issues, I think a mod represents you. I really do. I think a mod represents you. And when people are coming to you on your platform or out in public about your mod, and they want to see that when you say, I don't agree, I don't like, I don't whatever, but I'll talk to them in private. I think that's where people get mad because they want to see you not reprimand them, but show them that you really don't agree by addressing that person in public. Do you get? I have regular mom meetings, So I am handling my and I agree, Diane. I don't think anybody should tell you how to handle your channel. Um, but I think that's what a lot of people, in my opinion, are having a hard time is because when they come to you because they're hurt because of some your friend or anything, you do it in private so they don't really know because this person continues to do it. So did you really talk to him? Because nobody knew that you really talked to him. Does that make sense? Because that's what I see time and time and time and time again is people saying, "Why do you have to do it in private?" They're doing it in public. We're showing you they're doing it in public, but then you want to address it in private. But then they see this person continuing to do it, then they don't think that you really talk to them. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Because really, I have no issue with Diane. I really just don't. I do it in private. That's what I do. I I get it. That's your choice. Absolutely, it's your choice. I get it. Do I see their point and your point? I do. But I think, how do I want to word it? Jen poll regarding people chatting is important. 50% say they don't chat, so they aren't dragged. It that is important. That says a lot. And I only think it's only 50% because not a lot of people hit the poll or knew about the poll. I think it because I know I didn't vote. And if I knew about the poll, I would have voted the same thing. I really would have. How many people in this chat actually voted to Jen's poll? If you voted, put a 1. If you didn't, put a 2. Because I think it's even higher than 50%. I feel like it's only 50% because not everybody voted because they didn't know. You voted, Ninny? I didn't. I didn't even know about it. Coffee with Cece did not. Ansi did. Jojo didn't. Sonia didn't. Samara did. See, I just think Sunny Side Up didn't. Jenna, I think it's 73% don't chat. Yeah. I know I don't. There is times where I'll write something out. I will. How many people do this? They write something out and then they take a breath before they push that button and they end up erasing it instead. Because they know as soon as they put send, they're going to get eaten alive for having an opinion, even though Captain Obvious didn't, even though you did it respectfully. I do that all the time. All the time. I agree. Charlie Girl voted. I do. Yeah, all the time. All the time. I've done it 4 times. Okay, everybody. Diane's going to do the poll again on her channel tomorrow night. So I think we should all vote. Jenna, you're 100% right. People are getting attacked in comments. I agree. Sunnyside all the time. Nari, I've done it twice. I think that's an interesting conversation to have because I know there's so many people that want to say something and they should have the right to say something and they don't because of the hate. Like I get there's a drama community. I get it. Yeah, there is. People like drama. The numbers show that. To be honest with you, the numbers show it. People like the drama. I get it. But I think that lately there's a difference between drama and over drama. And I think we've been at the over drama for way too long. Way too long. You can have drama. You can throw tomatoes. You can tit and tat. But I think it's gone well beyond that. People are digging into people's real lives. People are harassing people. People are stalking people. People are threatening to show up at people's houses. People are calling family members, all because they had an opinion on YouTube. It's the drama community, not the dragging community. I just Drama is one thing, but people say things that really hurt. That does go beyond drama. It does go beyond drama. I'm not opposed to having a drama community. I'm not opposed to having drama. Maybe if the drama wasn't so extreme, maybe I would participate a little bit more. But in all honesty, I don't participate because of what I've seen when people do. That's why. Because, I won't say that because I don't want to put anybody's thinking caps on and whatever, but it's drama versus nasty. I get it. So, how do we get back? I think that's what everybody wants because everybody keeps saying it's drama. It's drama. We do drama. It's the drama community. I don't think anybody is opposed to the drama. I think people are opposed to where the drama has gotten to. It's not like back in the day when you guys did drama, you ass dragged people, you did things, but you kept it on YouTube. You didn't look people up. You didn't show people's lives on a live. You just I think people want that drama to get back to normal drama, throwing tomatoes, talking a little shit, having a disagreement, not putting people down, putting fear in people. Do you know how many people have left in the past year and a half, 2 years that had channels that are like, forget it, it's not worth it, and I'm gone? Look at how many people that have channels, but they haven't been live in forever because look at what happened. People's personal things are getting brought up. You know, it how do we get back to drama without it being so severe? I think that's what people want, in my opinion. They're not opposed to it. They're not opposed to drama, but they want to be able to have their opinion without their life being turned upside down or 20 lives picking on their family or their kids or their looks or I don't know. That's just me. And provoking group hate really makes me angry. I don't need to be angry, so I left those channels. Absolutely, Nancy, because you didn't come here to be angry. You came here to have a little fun. You came here to escape. That's what a lot of people do, right? Go back and watch The Truth, watching others' chats. She calls out numerous subs. Sometimes an opinion is not nice to the person. Are you saying that Truth attacks people for their opinion? I, I I have to disagree with that, Sarah Turner. I think that Tracy definitely I know this weekend maybe it wasn't her best. She has admitted that. This weekend was not Tracy's best. She got pushed and pushed and pushed and she snapped. But as long as I've known Tracy, when I watch her give an opinion, she attacks subs every time she goes live. Are you kidding? I don't believe that, Sarah. I don't think she attacks subs. I see her say, you can, I mean, she doesn't even block people really. She'll ask, why are they blocked? Don't remove them. I want to hear what they say. But if somebody comes in calling her, picking on her hernia or picking on her kid, does she attack them? Yeah. She does. But that doesn't mean that's not having an opinion. How is that sub coming at Tracy? Are they coming at Tracy calm, cool, and collective and giving an opinion? Or are they doing it rudely? Sarah Turner. Oh, I missed it. Sarah Turner, have you heard the thing she said to her? Does Tracy not have the right to defend herself? I really want to know. So you're saying people don't chat because they get attacked, but the person that does that mostly. Sarah, I don't agree with that. I don't. And no, I'm not saying that. Jenny Jen's poll is saying that. 50% voted on Jenny Jen's poll that they do not talk or give their opinion because of how people treat people for having an opinion. So, no, it's not me, it's the poll. And I don't agree that Tracy, the truth, attacks everybody that comes into her panel. I really don't. And Sarah, maybe this is a discussion you could have with the truth. If you feel like that, because maybe it was you. I don't know. Maybe it was you that you feel like she attacked you. I don't know. I've never seen you before. But you're asking me. Take your blinders off, Jenna. Go back and watch. Which live do you want me to watch? Sarah, is there a Pacific live you want me to watch? Tracy said she's willing to talk to you if you want to talk. And as long as you guys, as long as you're not screaming and calling each other's names, I think it would be good. Because nobody gets anywhere when you're screaming over each other, swearing at each other, calling each other names. You don't get nowhere. Sonia, read my comment above. Let me see if I can find. Truth having drama or calling out bad behavior doesn't warrant a retaliation. That's abuse to her. That there is my opinion. Well, I agree. Here, I'll even put the link in the chat if you two want to come up, because obviously you feel that way, and nobody's saying you shouldn't feel that way, Sarah Turner, but at least voice your opinion and let Tracy respond. Maybe you can fix it. But I'm really curious on what live you're talking about, because you're telling me to take my blinders off and go watch a live. Well, which live? She's not abusive. She is mean daily. I have nothing to say to her. I'm just calling out what you are saying to show both sides. Now, okay, so she's not mean. You're saying she's not mean, but she's not abusive, but she's mean daily. My opinion, I see 5, 6 lives about her. And I see people in those chats, 5, 6 lives, people in that chat calling Tracy every name in the book. And then Tracy goes live maybe once a week. And those people will come in and attack her again. And she kicks them out. Oh, here's Tracy. Good morning, Tracy. Hold on. Let me put
Morning.
my phone
Can you hear me?
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, it usually takes a minute to kick in.
Yeah.
Sarah, I wouldn't have anything. I would love to talk to you.
Because I don't want to speak for you. I just don't. But go ahead. Can you hear me now? True.
Why would you leave, Sarah?
You don't have to leave, Sarah. The last few lives, Okay, maybe she's been a little testy the last few lives, but if you actually look at both sides, like you say, I think Tracy's a little outnumbered.
Sarah, she says, Jenna, go back and look at the last few lives while she is watching other chats. Okay, I was watching those chats because they were streaming me, Sarah.
Right.
They
And
were
I think you're
streaming me.
outnumbered. If you really look at it, live for live, you want to talk about the other sides, which
So
I
I would be willing to talk to you if you would be willing to come up and talk to me. Because if I've ever been rude to you for no reason, that you've come into my chat and you've never said anything out of the way to me or one of the people in the chat, then I would love to talk to you. I would love to apologize.
and I have not seen one person attack you in my chat. Not one.
She reacts, so react to the creator streaming you and not the chat.
But what if the chat is calling her horrible names
It's
like
the
they do?
chat that's usually saying the most horrible stuff.
Right. And wouldn't you rather her address the person?
Person saying it
Right.
than just the person playing it?
Because then they could twist it that, they're not responsible, as we hear all the time. We're not responsible for what other people say. So if you want her to go at the person streaming her, but it's the people in the chat talking about her, then you would say, oh, now Tracy's attacking somebody that didn't even say it. So she's addressing the person that says it, in my opinion. It's easy to say, but when they stream Tracy, they too are reading our chat and speaking on it. You're absolutely right, you main girl. You're absolutely right. They do the same thing. And then here's where we go. People are saying, okay, why don't you go tell them the same thing you're telling Tracy? So, Sarah, have you gone over and when they're streaming Tracy's live and picking apart the chat in there, have you said the same thing to them?
I don't care if Sarah's under an alternate account. I really
No,
don't.
I
That
don't either.
doesn't bother me a bit. But I would like to know, how, and Archimedes girl has a point. If Sarah Turner is using an alternate account, I mean, can y'all really blame her? Think about all those who don't chat because of this crap. I believe that's what Jenna's talking about. Uh,
Mhm.
and as far as calling out subs, Sarah, I'm going to call out. I don't care who you are. If you're a sub and you're trashing me and you're saying things that are untrue about me, then subs are just as responsible for what they say in a chat. Good morning. Thank you. Next. Subs are just as responsible for the way a chat goes. They're even more responsible for the way a chat goes than the creator.
Right. I
The
agree with
chat
that.
the chat is the one that sets the tone.
I mean, yeah, they set the tone. They can derail it, not derail it. I mean, we see it all the time. So really, it's not most of the time when shit gets started. It's not actually the creator that started the shit. It's the chat that started it. To be
Well, and
honest, and
and
when I see,
the creator can, okay, like yesterday, me being streamed, not
mhm,
once, but twice. Well, me being streamed once and Jenna being streamed. And the whole time we're being streamed, my chat is being picked apart along with Jenna's chat. So
yep,
it's the chat that actually sets the mode.
because opinions hurt. What did she just say? I missed it.
Because
Because
opinions hurt just like insults. No, I
no,
no, I
I
will
disagree
disagree
with
with you
that.
there, Sarah.
Yep, I do too, because you can have an opinion and do it respectfully, and
If
that
your
it
if
doesn't
your
hurt.
if your opinion is I'm a bitch, as
Mhm.
long as you say it respectfully and say, well, just in my opinion, the truth is a bitch, I'm probably not going to say anything back to you because that's your opinion.
I see, Sarah, I don't agree with that. No, actually, when you were streamed yesterday, they were reacting to you and not the chat. When I went and listened, that I did not see that. I
No,
saw
I
them
believe
at
I,
reading the chat.
I believe serendipity was called a name or two.
Yep,
So
and she wasn't
she
on
was
my
a
panel. She
yeah,
wasn't on yours
exactly,
either.
exactly.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I think Pixie was that Remy.
yeah, well, they
Ren,
always go at Remy. I
right.
mean,
Remy wasn't on panel. Remy wasn't on Tracy's. Remy wasn't on mine.
that's true, Bailey Vex.
I didn't see what she said.
She said, "I hate the word creator. A creator has content, not fights with strangers around God's green earth."
Me and Bailey have talked about that
I'll
before.
be
Yes.
using I'll be using the word host. I agree with you.
Mhm. Me and Bailey have had that talk before.
But
So, I mean, I think it goes both ways. I'm not saying we haven't been guilty of, going at people that are in a chat, but in my opinion, I think it's because they're not giving their opinion. They're if they you're giving an opinion, it's the opinion about the topic at hand, right?
Sarah, see, this is why nothing gets solved because you won't stay here and express your opinion. And
Right.
yes, they were commenting on what was being written. That's how my subs, my chat got called names.
Yeah.
Not because they were on my panel,
Mhm.
it's because they were in my chat.
And I believe, like, having an opinion would be having an opinion on the topic at hand. Having an opinion is picking on somebody's teeth, looks, parenting. That's not about the topic at hand. That's attacking. That's not an opinion. And that's how I view it. And I wish you wouldn't go because I think nobody's beating you up in chat. I think everybody's being respectful. Tracy's being respectful. I'm being respectful. I'm sure Tracy wouldn't have came up here if she wasn't willing to discuss this with you, and
Exactly. And
she wouldn't.
Sarah, I don't even care if you're under a troll account. I really
Mhm.
don't. There's a lot of people that come in under troll accounts because they don't want to speak out.
And there's that poll up again. People come in as troll accounts so they don't get dragged. I mean, I think there should be a poll about that. How many come in under false names when they want to say how they really feel, opposed to them coming in under their real name and
I
saying exactly how they
I
feel?
agree, Sonia. Subs are encouraged to be abusive. I agree. I totally agree.
Apparently, they don't want a resolution. And that is why nothing gets solved around here. Nothing.
Well,
Because,
it's obviously somebody that was in in the streams that were streaming me. And that's okay, Sarah. I don't care who you support. I
nope.
really honestly don't. Um, but I would rather you come up here and talk to me than sit in a chat and try to make something out that's not necessarily all the way true.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's why I really think that's why nothing gets solved because people can't come up and have a calm conversation. When people come up, usually it's yelling and screaming and talking over each other, and the subs are completely lost because they can't hear a word that's being said on panel because everybody's talking over each other. And so here's a quiet morning stream where maybe we could solve one thing because if you would come up, but instead it looks like you left. So I don't know what to say. You can't
Well,
come in and address it and then run away. That solves nothing.
I hope whoever it is has a good day. I mean,
I do too.
I felt like it was directed at me, so I was like, okay, let's talk it
Absolutely, it was
out.
directed at you. Absolutely, it was. She told me to basically take my blinders off and watch you because she thinks that you're me. And that could be her opinion. But my opinion is I think that Tracy isn't mean until she's pushed to a limit where she gives it right back. Tracy's always been that way.
And
If
I
you're
would
going to dish it, she's going to dish it right back.
and I pretty much did lose my shit yesterday. I
You
really
did.
did.
You
But
did.
I can only take it for so long. When you have live after live after live after live, one live and you want to drag me, okay, you know, who cares? Two legs, two two legs, two lives and you want to drag me. It's okay. But when you have 3 lives in a day, especially when something so horrible as me being called a racist, while the person who called me a racist is making racist jokes.
Mhm. And I think you're outnumbered. To be honest with you, I think you are because not any of us are jumping on a live stream every time you're attacked to defend you. You don't want that. You have said many, many times, I can defend myself. So you sit there and you are all by yourself. Yeah, people are in your chat supporting you and speaking how they feel, but it's really how many lives against your one life? Isn't it? I mean, how much can one person take when there's panel after panel with Tracy's name in the title? But then you look at this side and here's Tracy and maybe Sarah and Tracy sometimes. So what is it? You know? I mean, come on. Well, how much can one person take? I just do. I think you're outnumbered. When it goes from if you're doing live for live, I think you're outnumbered. I really do.
Sorry,
That's
I had to dip out for a minute. And I'm going to jump back down because I just wanted to see if Sarah wanted to discuss what she's saying. I don't know
yeah.
why she felt the need to. I mean,
Come in
I'm not
and
going to
call it
yell. I'm not
out
going
and
to.
then run. And that's why nothing gets solved. You come in, you speak, somebody is willing to talk to you about it and you run. That's why nothing gets solved. Because to me, I'll take it as you don't care what you don't want to solve it. You don't care what Tracy has to say. No matter what, your mind is made up and that's the way it is. So, what is the point of coming in here saying it if you're not willing to at least talk to her about it and maybe come to maybe see it a different way because she might say something or you might say something. You might even make Tracy see something that maybe she's doing wrong.
Yeah, I'm always
Right,
open to learn.
right, exactly. Well, I thank you for coming up and at least trying, Tracy. I mean,
Well,
that's all we can do, right?
I hope whoever she is has a good day. I really
Yeah,
do.
I do
All
too.
right, I'll be in the chat.
All right,
All right, bye.
bye. Learning never hurt anyone. I agree, Remy. Because, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm all. Do I like Tracy? Do I care about Tracy? Is Tracy my friend? Yes. But this person might have came up and said something that I might have to say, hey, I have to agree with them on that. That doesn't mean Tracy hates me. Or that doesn't mean Tracy might not be like, you know what, you're right. Maybe I should think about that and change my ways. But this is why there is no resolution. There is no common ground. There is nothing. It just keeps going and going and going and going. I mean, come on, guys. We've been doing this for 2 years. And now it's just a different person. There was a person that used to have the same amount of lives about her. Every time she spoke there was 5 lives, 6 lives. Not that I don't think she deserved it, but that's just my opinion. But now it's moved on to somebody else. And before that, it was Mandy Bell. And before that, now it's Tracy. Like I said, once Tracy and them get over whatever, it's going to be somebody else. And that's the pattern that I have seen for 2 years. But this whole place is a hellhole right now, period. Many don't want to be here. I agree. I agree. A lot of people have unsubbed channels, left memberships because of all the hate. I mean, I know a couple of people that have left many people that they used to members with because it never ends. It just doesn't. And that's why I don't do drama, because if I did, I would be in it all the time. But I just don't feel, in my opinion, I just don't feel it will ever end because of this. Because somebody comes in and has an opinion, and then you want to talk it out, and they don't want to. So I just don't think it would ever end, and it's frustrating because I like this community. I think when this community needs to come together, we do. You know, when push comes to shove and something happens, even if you don't like the person, something happens, the community comes together. But then once that problem is over, we're right back to fighting. I only stay here for the people I support. Truthfully, outside of my friends, I don't consider this my community anymore. I hear that a lot, your main girl, that it's not my community anymore. I wish I could find another community. I'm finding people that are kind. I have walked away from the hate. I won't hate. And I guess we have to just be responsible for ourselves. Like I said, unsub, don't watch. But people like drama. They do. The numbers show it. But I don't think it's drama. And that's where I get frustrated, because people say it's drama. It's drama. That's what we're here to do. No, it's not drama anymore. You guys are hurting people. Somebody is going to get hurt. Somebody is going to do something. You never know. And I know for me, I don't want to have that on my shoulders. I don't want to know somebody did something because I was in on that bashing. I was in on putting somebody down. And now this person has hurt themselves or hurt somebody else. And now I have to have that on my conscience because I participated. I don't want that. Notice huge creators are very humble in the smaller ones. Drama is degrading on things disagreeing on things that have occurred, not picking on things people can't control. I agree, your main girl. I've said things I so wish I could take back. I have too. I've done things just like I said last night. But the difference is when I first came into this community, I jumped in feet first, head first, arms first. I didn't know how it worked. I was doing things that I wasn't proud of or thought that was okay. And you know what? I've learned from it. And that's the difference, is that I learn from it and I don't repeat it. And I've gone a different direction, and I've apologized for my mistakes. But when you sit there and leave one, say you regret what you did, but you're continuing to do the pattern you were doing, are you really sorry? Is it? I just don't think you are. Exactly, Jenna. I won't be anywhere where a group is hating on one. It is so dangerous and cruel. Lift people up instead of tearing down. Like I don't know. I know I can't fix it. If I could, I would, but I can't fix it. Diane can't fix it. Tracy can't fix it. Sarah can't fix it. BTS can't fix it. The only way it's going to be fixed is all of us come together. The subs can't fix it. The Patreons can't fix it. Nobody can fix it all alone. We all have to come together and say, okay, this has gone far enough. We all need to come together, and we can do drama, but we I can fix it. Samara can fix it. But we all have to come together and agree that, okay, we like drama, but where does that line come? Good morning, Mr. Positive. Where does the line come where we don't accept it? So people can have an opinion. So people can come on here and not feel like they have to be in secret, or they have to sit there and type something out and then erase it because they're too scared to put it in there, and it's not even mean. It's just an opinion. Creators can help it by simply, oh, it moved on me. Hold on. By simply not being abusive. If it's abusive, call them out. Then and tell them to knock it off. It says respectfully or be quiet. I agree. Don't do it in private. And that's what we were talking about. When you're seeing your mod or your friend doing something that is hurtful or whatever, call them out right then and there in public, then they see it. But when you sit there and say, how do you know I did it? I did it in private. This is exactly how we don't know if you did it, because you did it in private, for one, and for two, they're continuing to do it. But if you do it in public, then nobody can come at you asking if you did it or not, because everybody got to see you say, hey, cut it out. You want an opinion, have it. But don't pick on their teeth or their hernia or their looks or their house or their kids. That has nothing to do with the topic at hand. A lot of creators need to learn how to hear without reacting emotionally, as do all of us too. That's the problem. Too much emotion, not enough logic. Well said. Well said. Because a lot of people don't hear. They don't really take the time and hear. They hear one thing and then they go live and clap back. But it solves nothing. No, because the true apology comes with changed behavior. I agree. Hey, Dova. Good morning. So, I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. I'm hoping you don't like Tracy. You think that she goes live and has an opinion like everybody else. When she sees something she doesn't agree with, it's her prerogative on her channel to go live and address it. Just like it's your prerogative to go live and address it. But do it with class. Don't do it as a teenager mean girl sitting at the lunch table. Be the adult that you are out in the real world and the respectful person you are in the real world, and clap back that way. You don't have to clap back by picking on somebody's family or things they can't change. With class, not trash. There, Sonia, right. You want to clap back, you want to agree, do it with class, not trash. Perfectly said, Sonia. If you don't like her, don't stream her for everyone to watch. And see, that's the thing. They feel like they have to stream her because she's talking about them. But my stream really wasn't about them talking about them. They had to play my whole stream yesterday. You want to talk about what Tracy said on my panel, then go to that part and that part only. And then discuss it. It's just crazy to me. And I don't know why you have to stream people. I don't get that. And sorry, when you stream people, that means you're taking somebody else's content. A 40-year-old, not a 12-year-old. Exactly. Happy, 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 and good morning. Hey, Jules. Good morning. Okay. I will want peace. So as of today, no more LPMM videos unless they lie on me. There you go, Jules. There's the start, They perpetuate drama every time. They stream someone and crap on them the entire time. They do. And they disagree with us, but they do. They just do. They are recording this now. Of course they are. And they're going to pick it apart later. But guess what? I'm not going to be the one to watch it. So talk about me all you want. Pick on me all you want. You ain't going to get me fired up, and you ain't going to get me to go tit for tat with you. Because if I did, then I'm no better than you. So, with that said, guys, maybe they should get some sleep. Maybe they won't be grumpy then. Maybe, Christy. Sleep is always good. Jules, do you have a way to help me find how to contact YouTube in an email? Can you tell me? You go to Twitter, Mr. Positive, and you go to my YouTube channel, something. It's on Twitter. I forgot what you put, but that's how a lot of people get a hold of YouTube is through Twitter. It's called YouTube something. Team YouTube. Thank you, Remy. So you go on to Twitter and you type in Team YouTube and you write what your issue is, and majority of the time they get back to you. I don't think there's an email or a Discord. So I hope that helps, Mr. Positive. Yes, I believe you have to make an account. Maybe you don't. You can try it without an account. Because but I'm almost positive that you have to have an account. But I know that's how you get a hold of YouTube is through Twitter. Remy says, yes, you do need to make an account. Just make sure that you put it all on private. Sonia says the same thing. You do need an account. So you'll have to make an account. Make sure that you put it all on private, and then you can talk to Team YouTube on Twitter. Smart. Jules, I absolutely support your choice to move forward and leave stuff in the past. I do too. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, Mr. Positive. Twitter is not scary if you keep your circle small. I agree, Ancy. I've had a Twitter forever. Ever. I never go on it. I never use it. I don't think anybody's even following me. And if they are, I don't go on enough. But I do keep it just in case I need to get a hold of YouTube. Hey, Richard. I didn't see what you said. I see just a thought. Let's see what you said, Richard. How come I don't see what Richard said? I don't see what you said, Richard. I'm sorry. That's StreamYards for you. Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. Nara, you don't have a Twitter or a Facebook? Sometimes it's safer that way. Sometimes it is. But yeah, so like I said, I have an idea about something else that I want to do with my channel. It's something that I want to do once a week. I'm going to talk to my mods, see how they are about it. And if they all agree with it, then I will announce it with you guys. You don't see it either, Sonia? Yeah, Richard, if you could type it again. And I will let you know if I'm going to do it or not. It's definitely a thought. You can't put your Twitter on private if you tweet Team YouTube about other parts of our world. Oh, wait. I read two things. You can't put Twitter on private if you tweet Team YouTube or they won't see your question. Oh, okay. So you have to not be on private to be able to tweet Team YouTube? You wrote what Richard said. Oh, Richard said maybe they need good sex. Oh, well, don't we all? I think everybody could use some of that sometimes. I can't believe you wrote that, Samara. To be honest with you. Yes, only your followers see your tweet if it's private. Okay. I've watched a lot of travel blogs and channels. I watch true crime stuff because like on YouTube you can go do 2020, Dateline 2020, 48 hours, Snap, all that kind of stuff, and you guys know that I love true crime. So instead of watching people put people down, I go and watch that. But the only thing that stinks is that it's not live. So, and then you can't talk to anybody about what's going on. But that's what I watch. A lot of people go to, animals. Some people go to traveling because like I said, I know people enjoy drama, but this type of drama, nobody wants. Nobody wants a part of it. Even the people that are doing it say they don't want it, but they continue to do it. I don't know what to say about that. So much going on with true crime. Yes. Actually, I looked into because I've been following the two missing boys, as you guys know. And the last thing, they still haven't found the boys. I know that much. The two boys in California. The biological mom is still accusing the adoptive parents of foul play. But it's tough because I'm not getting anything. I don't know if they're still doing searches or if they've called them off. I know that they dug in the backyard. I know they've searched their house twice. I know that the biological mother absolutely believes that the adoptive parents were involved. More stuff came out. See, I'm looking right now as I'm talking to you guys, and I don't know what I'm doing, but the last thing I see was 2 days ago. So, is it because I'm not looking at the California news? I'm looking at national news and it's not a national. I just don't know what the California news channel is. Because everything I see is 13 days ago, 11 days ago, 12 days ago, 2 days ago. I'm not getting anything. Have a good day, Richard. Thank you for coming in. I mean, I hope they find the boys so there's closure, but I really think it's not going to be a great outcome, and that's heartbreaking. I just really don't. Yes, woo woo, I know. It's time. info came out last night. How come I'm not seeing it? That's what. Do you know what came out last night? Is it a write up, Samara, or is it a stream that I would have to listen to? Because if it's a write up, then I can read what came out. There's a few channels that follow the case closely. They live close and they are right up on things. Oh, really? You're mean girl? Mean girl, maybe you're looking for it. Okay. I watch all kinds of different channels. Sometimes I watch how it was in the 50s, 70s living, etc. It's old videos and pictures. Jenna Moon, the AV Watchman channel. Okay, I will. Ann C said the same thing. Okay. Yes, he's the one that interviewed. He's the one that interviewed the neighbor, correct? That's the one that interviewed the neighbor and said that they never saw the kids, and then about that, the Christmas present. I think he interviewed the neighbor, the one that actually has gone through adopting kids from DCF and stuff. Yeah, I'll have to watch his video so then I can discuss it with you guys. Because when I look, he dropped a surveillance video last night. Shows the kids didn't leave in the parents' lives. I had a feeling. Because when I Google it, I don't see anything. So I need to know what newscast is following it. All right, guys. Well, maybe I'll go live later, maybe tonight, about what I find today on the missing boys and stuff. But if I don't, I definitely will be live tomorrow morning. Wednesdays is Whiskers and Wags. But I will be live tomorrow morning. So I hope you all can join me. My dog has to go out, so I have to jump off. But I hope you all have a wonderful day, even though it's Monday, the beginning of the week. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you could hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, either one, I like them both. Doesn't matter. I hope everybody stays happy, healthy, and definitely stay you. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you for coming in and supporting me. And thank you guys for just being you. And I hope you guys all have a great day. Bye, everybody.